Hey everybody, I'm just putting on my fancy apron my mom made me for Christmas a couple years ago. We are making Parmesan crusted chicken today. And I have 6 pounds of chicken. So I am like doubling this recipe. This magical, I actually do have the recipe for this, but I am changing it just slightly. Because that's how I cook. I kind of cook how I like it and then I mix it up a little bit. So first off, I have taken this chicken. This was 6 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken breast. I do not buy the hand trim stuff because hand trim boneless, skinless chicken breast, hey Kimberly, hey Darlene, normally costs about $5 a pound. Or you can get this for like $1.70 a pound, but it has some weird little jiggly bits and a lot of times it's got like little bone pieces in here. And so I take the $1.70 stuff or $1.90 and then I go ahead and hand trim it myself. Basically what you're doing is you're getting the extra like connective tissues out of here that kind of are chewy, the extra little fat bits off, and you're just gonna trim it to a nice looking chicken breast. That right there is gonna be one of the fastest ways to save yourself money. Now when I was pregnant, I couldn't do that. When I was pregnant, my husband always would handle the chicken because literally raw chicken made me want to vomit profusely when I was pregnant. But now that I'm not pregnant, I have to man up or woman up and touch raw chicken. Oddly enough, I still prefer to normally do this a day other than when I'm going to eat it. Anybody else that way? Anybody else not really like raw, nasty chicken? Okay, so I have 6 pounds of trimmed chicken breast, okay? I'm just patting my breast. All right, now what I'm gonna do is I am going to use this little marriage counselor tool, okay? This is what you take your frustrations out on. This I actually got from Pampered Chef like 16 years ago. My friend used to sell Pampered Chef and it was like on a super good sale, and so she's like, hey, I'll get one for you half price or something. She did, and I have to say it's been one of the best things I've ever purchased. I can unscrew this top thing here. Someone who sells Pampered Chef, tell me if they still sell them. If they do, it's an awesome thing. You can unscrew this, and then this side you can just mash your meat, okay? And then this side, the side that I have it on, you can tenderize it, okay? I can't do it either. Yeah, raw meat kind of grosses me out. I grew up on a farm, like we butchered all of our like own cows and stuff like that. But for some reason, chicken breast gross me out more so than like literally butchering the whole cow. Chicken breasts gross me out. But anyway, okay, so we're gonna lay this flat, okay? And then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get our frustrations out, okay? And we're gonna start beating the heck out of this. You might want to turn the volume down. And the point in this is, one, we're gonna tenderize it, but you're gonna see how this chicken breast is gonna go from a plump, happy little, I'm 18-year-old to I've had 5 kids and I'm in my 50s and things are not what they once used to be. It's gonna be flat and bigger, flat and wider. So here we go. We're gonna beat this all out. And the reason we're doing this is, one, it's gonna tenderize it, but 2, it's going to make it so we're gonna be able to cook this recipe in 20 minutes. Everything's gonna be the same layer. Because one way you dry out chicken breast is this little tip down here is all super skinny, and then up here it's all plump, okay? You need it all to be the same width all the way around. So I'm not gonna do much beating on this corner. I'm gonna pound it out to make it all one thickness. All right, there we go. Okay, so it went from about that size to that size. So it like doubled in size. I am beating chicken. Okay. Hi, sweetheart. How are you? It's good. Hey, could you actually take that off and spray these pans for me? And then we're gonna go to the next one. It is an awesome pounder. If anybody that's watching actually sells Tupperware, or not Tupperware, Pampered Chef, if they still sell these things, you should leave your link, because people, shut up, you're not in your 50s. I thought maybe it's your 30s or early 40s. I'm in my late 30s, and it happens then too. You get flat and wider and all sorts of funness.
Then you get fat and skinny all.
Or I get fat and skinnier. Hey, how was school, buddy?
Boring.
Just beat it, right?
It looks so red. It's cold outside.
She just walked home from school. Okay, so go ahead and let's.
Can I be on the computer?
Yeah, for right now, I guess. Okay, So now we're just gonna, could you actually move this stuff so they can see how I put them on there? So I'm actually going to now place them on the pan, okay? Just beat it, yeah. Just beat it. Hey Google, play Just Beat It.
Oh, Beat It by Michael Jackson. Here it is on Google Play Music.
Come on, we need a little more beat it than just this. Here we go. I'm awkwardly dancing in the kitchen. Hey Google, stop. Hey Google, stop. I am wearing a pearl necklace.
Thank you. I got it from, I don't know, someone that watches. Who was
We
it?
got it
Donna.
from Donna.
Yes.
Donna Ho gave that to McKeely. She loves it. She wears it all the time.
Yeah.
Alright, so that one's about the same width. Alright, I'm sure you guys are thoroughly enjoying watching me pound my chicken. I found it on Pampered Chef. Awesome, yeah. So I'm telling you, I was kind of like, I don't know that I necessarily need this in my life, but I've had it for 16 years.
And you can like flip it so you can use like the
own necklace.
And it's been an awesome investment, and it's like dishwasher safe. So, and then it's all metal, so I don't feel like it's gonna like harvest bacteria in there,
you
which
can
is
like
nice.
flip it over because there's a smooth side, and you can like pound like graham crackers or like pretzels, you know, and they're like a fine crumble. And you're like, how do we get a fine crumble out of graham crackers?
And you'll find some breasts are like really need, like this one. It
Really beat the crap out of
This one's firm and perky. Does not want to. There we go. It's finally starting to smush just a bit.
Chicken smells so weird raw.
It smells disgusting.
Yeah, it's a weird smell though.
Okay. Yes, we're beating meat, and we have 280 people watching us. The internet's a weird thing.
Just watch someone beat their chicken.
I have to say, I probably should work out more because my arm's getting tired. All right.
Beat the chicken, but I have fancy
Floppies.
sleeves.
Yeah, that's kind of gross.
You don't want fuzzies in your chicken?
No.
You want chicken on my fuzzies?
I don't want chicken in my fuzzies, no. All right, we got 2 breasts left. 3 breasts. Pound that chicken. Yeah. My friend who used to sell these called this the marriage counselor. She said when you were frustrated, you just beat it out on the chicken. So, now if you don't have a beater, if you don't have a chicken, whatever thing this is. Yeah. Okay. You can actually just take your chicken breasts and cut them in half. Okay. They're not going to be quite as tender, but you can accomplish the same thing by getting them all like the same.
Just get like your hammer out and start pounding.
Can you flip that around and get me the other pan? Alright. So there we go. We just got 2 left. When you need to take out aggression, bake, yeah, beat up a chicken, right? Different muscles than shark and oysters. Yeah, hello. I need to try this. Okay. This thing also, like, I mean, if like an intruder was coming in, this thing could do some damage. It's pretty heavy. All right, it looks like I missed this little thin membrane when I was trimming earlier. That thing just becomes super chewy and gross, so I always cut that off. Because it's kind of like a thing that when you start eating it, you're like, thanks, Mary Ellen, you're sweet. All right.
Now everyone at school is going to be like, I saw you and your mom beating chicken.
I know. Here, parent-teacher conference. So I was watching you the other day, and I saw that you were beating chickens. You're a pet cruelty-free school. Your daughter's now suspended. Yes, we're beating them to make them the same thickness. Next time, maybe you should have a couple already pounded. Yeah, probably, Jeanette. I'm not Rachel Ray or Wolfgang Puck where I have them magically already done underneath. This is me just cooking dinner for my family. Okay.
Yeah, that's medium.
Okay, so we are done. Okay, so I'm gonna go wash these up really fast.
Let me get
Don't let them see mine.
Can you get like a cup of mayonnaise out and put it in that blue bowl?
I'm not gonna measure it. I'm just gonna eyeball
Oh,
it.
just eyeball it.
Okay.
I eat some like this from that restaurant. But can you tell me a foot?
Madeline, not right now, baby girl.
Okay, I have a cup of mayo. Hi, Tara.
Hey, Tara. Okay, so she has about, yeah, that's a good eyeball. Okay, so a cup of mayonnaise. It's gonna sound disgusting. That's what I thought the first time I saw this recipe. I was like, no. Okay, and then we are going to add,
Where'd you get the tenderizer?
Pampered Chef. Okay, so we have like a cup of mayonnaise.
I'm 13.
And then I'm going to add about another cup of Parmesan cheese. Now the original
Parmesan cheese
recipe
smells weird.
counts, it's like half a cup of mayo, but I'm doubling the recipe, and then a fourth of a cup of Parmesan cheese. But we found we like a little more cheese, so I'm adding, so I'm gonna add like a total of a cup of cheese, and half of it was like grated, and then the other half was kind of like the crumbled. So one is like the sticky kind, and the other is like the sand kind. Get written out somewhere. Yeah, it's actually in the description, Carrie.
It smells so great.
Okay, so the original recipe, that's the only thing that's in this chicken. We have found we like to add about a teaspoon of garlic. And then we like to add salt and pepper. So there's salt. And then when I bought my pepper, I bought coarse ground, and so it's too big to come out of the top. So we're gonna add just sprinkling of pepper in there. How to make her makeup. Aw, thank you. Oh, she does a good job of doing it natural-like. She's also very cold from just walking in.
I know I'm still red.
Okay, and then I'm gonna take 2 onions.
Can you show the garlic tube? I think we got it from Walmart.
Yeah, we get it from Walmart. Okay, so then I just have 2 green onions, and this is totally optional. You don't have to put these in. Like I said, we've just found this as a way that we've kind of spruced up the recipe a little bit. The original recipe doesn't have these extra things in it.
Yep. Garlic in the tube.
So I like garlic in a tube. I find it stays really good that way because you're not like putting a spoon in and like contaminating it with whatever else is around, because you just squeeze it out. And that way your fingers don't feel all weird, like smelly when you chop it. I don't know. I've just really liked it buying it that way, and I've bought it that way for a couple years now.
It's nice.
I also buy my clove, no, my ginger, like that. All right, so I'm like really chopping up these onions super small because it's really meant to be like more of a seasoning, not an ingredient. That sounded stupid, but hopefully you know what I mean. Like, you don't want to like noticeably notice that there's green onion in this. You want it to be more of a flavor than a garnish, I guess.
How much shredded cheese?
The recipe only calls for half a cup of mayonnaise, a fourth of a cup of cheese. We did a cup of mayonnaise because we're doubling it, and then we did a full another cup of cheese.
Watch yesterday's funeral potatoes. Have you heard of funeral sandwiches? Saw another blog. It looks so good.
Oh, really? No. I went to the funeral today, though. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and add this in there. These onions are potent, too. Yesterday's onions about killed me. Whew. Okay. And then we're just going to mix this all in here like this. Okay? Ta-da! Looks disgusting, okay? And the thought of spreading mayonnaise on top of a chicken and baking it makes me want to vomit. But bear with me, ladies. I swear it's a good recipe, and those onions are making me cry. I'm seriously going to have to go wipe my eyes.
I know, my nose is running too.
I don't know what it's been with, like,
You're welcome.
the potent onions lately. But, woo, they make me cry.
What aisle is it on? It's in the refrigerated, like...
It's in the refrigerated produce section.
By, like, all, like, the fresh herbs and things.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so there we go. That's all that's to it, okay?
Lather the chicken.
So what we're going to do is we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to kind of just take it like this, and then I'm going to mark it in half, kind of like in my head. And then I know that it needs to be equally distributed like that. So there needs to be basically 4 scoops per side.
That's nice.
Does that look delish? All right. Many of them get left out. Any of them got middle child syndrome. Mom, I need some extra topping. Okay, would you take care of that for me?
Yep.
Okay, so now what we're gonna do is as thin as we possibly can. Get a wet, did you wet the onion? No, you guys keep saying to do that, but I haven't done it yet. I always forget. It was a green onion. Okay, so now we're gonna like spread this super thin, okay? As thin as you can get it. You don't want any big old clumps. Make cheddar cheese, bacon burgers. Okay guys, this also works for keto, okay? And how you can make it like 100% keto is instead of putting breadcrumbs on top, you can take, what are those things called? Pork rinds, and grind those up and sprinkle them on instead of the Parmesan, instead of the breadcrumbs. So if you want to do this and you are doing keto, this totally counts as a keto meal, but instead of breadcrumbs, add ground up pork rinds. Or just don't put any crumbly topping on top. Hey, Tina. How are ya?
Hi.
I'm sure Tina's so impressed with your fancy moves.
I know.
All right. So here we go. Okay, now these are going to bake in like 25 minutes. Okay? So these are going to go super fast, and they are like so fork tender because you beat the heck out of them before you started, okay? So it's a pretty easy meal. Now the cool thing is you can actually prep these. So you could make this morning and then just put them in the fridge and then just come home and sprinkle the breadcrumbs on top, and then you would be good to go. Okay, so there we go. Would you mind taking care of that for me? Mm-hmm. Ooh, I forgot breadcrumbs though. So we're just gonna leave you looking at our kitchen for a second.
I'm back. Guess who's back? Back again.
Okay, so now...
She used to make it, but now her daughter's allergic to chicken.
Oh, allergic to chicken. Wow. Okay, so I'm actually going to do a combo of Italian-style breadcrumbs and pink panko breadcrumbs.
She makes it keto, adds pork rinds and a little bit more cheese.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so now we're just going to literally sprinkle this with breadcrumbs. And then we're going to bake it on 400. Can you actually look at the recipe? Is it 425 or just 400? I can't remember. for 20 to 25 minutes. And actually really fast, I'm gonna cut all these breasts in half. Just kind of assures, because they're so huge, it makes a little bit even more cooking. $4.50 for 20 minutes.
And then we can eat.
And I actually have a finished picture on the site. So I know a lot of times you guys are like, what's it look like once you're done? This one, I actually have a finished picture.
Wow. Why do you do Italian and then pinko?
Because the pinko's a little more crunchy. I don't know, just the way I did it.
Nice.
All right. Thank you, Tamara. You're very sweet.
Do you use for the video? Her phone?
Yep, I just use my Samsung Galaxy. Okay, so there we go. We're gonna throw that in the oven. Shazam! Okay. Oh, actually, I'm gonna cut it really fast. I forgot. So I'm gonna cut each one of these in half because this is like a giant portion, and so this is definitely more than my family will eat. But on Tuesdays, I feed my mom and dad and my uncle, so I always make extra on Tuesdays.
Oh, I was like, this is a lot of food, Mom. I forgot about that.
Yeah, Grandma always comes in, picks up food to deliver on Tuesdays. And then I have the funeral potatoes from yesterday. I'm cooking the portion for my mom, my dad, and my uncle. So that will be the side. And then I'll do a vegetable as well. Okay, and the reason I'm cutting them in half is just to kind of allow these huge sections to be able to have just a little bit more space when they're cooking, just to ensure that they cook all the way through.
Is Matt gonna eat that with the breadcrumbs?
Yeah, he probably will. I don't think he'll eat that much. He had a really big lunch. We actually went out to Zupa's. He just keto lunch, but I asked him if he wanted me to put some pork rinds crushed up on there, and he's like, no. He's like, I'm not really that hungry. I don't know that I'm going to even eat dinner, so we'll see. Awesome, Sheila. All right, guys, so I will chat with you later. We're going to pop these in the oven. Actually, what time is it?
It's
3:20. So my mom will be here in an hour. So I'm actually just going to let these sit for about 30 minutes, and then I'll pop them in. That way they'll be hot and ready for when my mom comes. So I'll chat with you guys later. Bye.